That's funny. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Tony's Picks Morning Show. I'm Tony T. We're with you every day, 9:30 a.m. Each time. Hey, guys, be sure to give us a like, a thumbs up. It really helps build up our show audience. We really appreciate it. And, of course, we're here to give you live free picks today from the NBA card, college basketball, NHL, and, of course, we'll have our Parlay peripheral segment at the end of the show. But first, we're going to meet the cappers. And I promise you today, we're going to get right to the picks. Right to the picks. Let's meet Rod. Let's say hello, Rod. What's happening?
It's one of those days. It's Friday. It's Super Bowl weekend. I'm jacked. I'm so excited. It's an all right card today to kick off the Super Bowl weekend, but we know what's going on the weekend. Massive college basketball card, massive hockey card because they're about to wind up and go on their little bit of a break. So definitely a big weekend loading. I'm excited. Let's get to it.
Let's get to it indeed. Let's say hello to Chris. Chris, what's going on?
Not much. Coming off a 2-1 day. Apparently the Clippers lost it there at the couple of minutes there in the fourth quarter. But the big one for me was the Mavs, and that one I had them as my best bet, so we cashed there. And the dust has settled with the trades and everything. We didn't go unscathed in Memphis. We lost Jake LaRavia and Marcus Smart, which I don't think has hurt us. We got a couple bench people, I think. I'm trying to sort through who all we got. But, the dust has settled, so we're finally over that, so ready to get to it.
Ready to get to it indeed. That's right. LaRavia heading to the Kings. And I thought that was a pretty good move for them. LaRavia, it's just too crowded. I don't know. When is Gigi coming back for Memphis? Or is he coming back?
He's been playing. He's been out there. His time is limited.
Yeah.
His minutes are limited right now, but he's been out there. He's been doing pretty well with the three. We're definitely looking forward to getting him full time.
Yeah, full time there. Gigi Jackson, really good looking shot. Let's say hello, Sean. Sean, what's happening?
5-4 day yesterday in college hoops is what it is. I thought I was going to catch a game, make it a 6-3, but it happened. Just grinding along the last 2 weeks. Not crushing it, but we're not losing. So, but I don't know. I'm a little sad over that. You get a couple close losses, but I can't get too upset. So I'm having a good year. I've caught a lot more breaks than I've not. So it's just on to today, and I look at this card and I just shake my head. I'm like, oh my goodness, crazy hockey lines. I mean, NBA, is this what the next 2 months are going to bring with these crazy lines in the NBA? Double digits all over the place on the road. Holy cow!
We're post-all. We're going to hit the All-Star break next week, and then that's when we really see the tankathons there post All-Star there. Let's see, Alninos, what's happening now?
Yeah, some crazy lines as Sean was mentioning for sure. Doing pretty good here, coming off a pretty big day. 5-2 overall, and 2-1 on that 3-pick video. So make sure you check out today's video.
Absolutely. So Solo, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Happy Friday. Happy to be here. We had a good day yesterday, made up for them 2 bad days earlier in the week. We don't really love this card today, but we're going to try to fire a little bit, make sure we hold some coins for the weekend for this huge slate. Let's get to it.
Yeah, let's get to it. Yeah, I came in with another 4-0 day by NBA. I think with 16-1-1 last 18. Hit the Pacers and the Portland Trailblazers can add a lot to my record here. Just been a complete ride with them. 11 straight. They finally were favored in that game. I think Sacramento was going back and forth there, and of course the Pacers. Like I said, when the Pacers are fully healthy, man, I'm in on them. I'm not going against them. It's just it's the issue with the Pacers. They have not been at full health. I remember last year in the playoffs, they didn't have Mathurin last year. So now they got their guys. And same thing with Cleveland. They're fully healthy. We're seeing these teams that are full health with quality and getting it done. We got through the trading deadline. We still haven't seen some of the guys out there yet. But I think tomorrow's when Luka debuts. I think Davis will be coming in soon. So let's see how it rolls here. It was the Clippers. Yeah, it was the Clippers. They had their bad one. All right, let's get to the NBA tonight. 6-game card. We'll start with the Spurs and Hornets. Spurs on the road here, 10.5 down from an opener of 12, total 228.5. Cavs and Wizards. This one here still looking at the Cavs 17.5, total 236. Bucks and Hawks. Bucks up to 5.5, total 242 in this one. Let's take a look at some of the injuries here heading into for this block of games here from the NBA. Remember, next week we hit the All-Star break with the NBA there, and let's see what we've got here as we look at the injuries. Just did a quick refresh. All right, Cleveland and Washington. Sam Merrill out. Okoro travels and Wade out. Hunter is questionable, the traded player. Mitchell probable there for Cleveland. On the Washington side, Sarr, Brogdon, Sadiq Bey out. Poor Marcus Smart. What is that? His career. Poor Middleton. He's questionable. So Smart. AJ Johnson, questionable. Len and Jones here are probable. And we move on over to the Spurs and Charlotte. No Basie out. Baldwin questionable for San Antonio. On the Charlotte side, no Okogie. Reddish, Nurkic, Connect, Ball, questionable. Green here, probable. So there you're caught up here with the injuries in this block. We start with Rod. Rod, you're on mute, Rod.
Muted. I don't do that a whole lot, but muted myself in that one. Looking at San Antonio taking on Charlotte. I like the under 228.5 in that matchup. I think it's Charlotte missing a bunch of guys, not scoring a whole lot. I don't see that being a track meet up and down the court in that one. Give me the under 228.5 in that matchup. And then I like the over between the Bucks and the Hawks. You look at both these teams playing not a whole lot of defense. You look at the Milwaukee Bucks over their last 5 games, giving up 48.8% field goal shooting, which equates to about 125 points a game they've been giving up. And look at the Atlanta Hawks, and they're giving up 52.5% field goal shooting over their last 5. And that's equating to 125 points a game. These two teams that get up and down and cruise well into the 240s plus. Give me the over, Bucks, Hawks.
Over there from Ron. Move on over to Chris.
Yeah, the San Antonio Charlotte, definitely take the under there. I mean, Charlotte's not even averaging 101 points in their last 5, so they're not going to be scoring a whole lot in that one. Atlanta, I'm going to take the points with Atlanta and take the over. I think that's the over is the play there. Of course, it's Atlanta. And then Cleveland, Washington, I'm just going to take the over there. I mean, there's no defense played in Washington, and Cleveland can get up and over that number. I feel pretty easy.
Very good. Move on over to Sean.
Man, what am I going to say to these things? I see all these huge stuff. I'll take every dog here. I mean, like, this is where I say no betting allowed for the NBA on a net like this. 17-point road favorites. Are you what? Next, go to Al. I can't. How are you betting? This is ridiculous. Then I see on ESPN article like how the product is better with a 19, a 17, and the Spurs laying 10 on the road. This is a better product. Oh my goodness.
Yep, on to the bottom. Hornets and Wizards really sticking it up there. On over to Al. You're on mute, Al.
I'm mute as well. It's mute Monday.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got the dog going a little crazy on his toy here, so trying not to get too loud. Yeah, I agree with Sean. Just those big numbers just don't make much sense to me today. Spoiler, I got the Hornets in that video. It's just, yeah, the Spurs made some moves. They've been good. It's also this season before, again, Fox. But again, 10.5 on the road here. Let me pull up my numbers real quick. Charlotte is 15-9-1 against the spread as a home dog too, so expect them to keep this competitive. And also about that under, about the under. I see Ball could be back for this one as well, so that's a big chunk of their offense right there. And if he gets back, you gotta love this number. And even if he doesn't play, I think you're getting more than enough here against the Spurs. The other one I like a little less. You're getting 17 with the Wizards, same spot here at home. It just feels like too many. I know Cleveland's obviously the way better team, but do they need to win by 20? I don't think so. So small shot on the Wizards, but my favorite play is on the Hornets here.
There from Al on over to Solo.
The Cavs in Washington. This is a really high number. Where we at minus 17.5. That's just a lot of points. Washington has won 3 straight. They're getting 18 at home. I think I'm gonna stay away from the side. I think I'm gonna take the total. I think these teams get up and down. I think we get over this total 236. San Antonio and Charlotte, like Sean said, Spurs are 9-13 on the road. No way I can lay 11.5 with them. I don't really like the Charlotte team to back them at home, but I do agree with Al. I think these teams get up and down. I think Melo plays. I think this total goes over 226. What's the last game here? Oh, Milwaukee and Atlanta. This is a tricky situation. I think I'm going to take the Hawks plus the points.
There from Solo. Yeah, I'll tell you what I think about some of these games here in this NBA slot here. Looking at the Spurs and Hornets. Yeah, I'm going to look here at Charlotte in this spot. A lot of home games for the Charlotte team. They've been home. Again, these non-pressure teams like San Antonio who don't force turnovers, that don't pressure the ball. The Hornets 8-2 to the spread at home, facing these teams that force 13 or fewer turnovers. Look at Charlotte here, plus the points. San Antonio in terrible defensive form right now. Over the past 5, getting a 49% shooting, 37% from 3. And Charlotte has been defending the 3-point line. That's what they got to do now. They got to defend. But we'll see what happens if Connect and company come in, how the defense, what happens to the defense. But I'll look at the Charlotte there at the plus price. Cavs and the Wizards. This one I could just look over the total. You're not going to get no resistance at all from this Wizards team defensively, and I think the Cavs are going to have their way and put up some big offensive numbers in this game. And we look here at the Cleveland's 15-7 to the over on the road, and 10-4 to the over on the road, facing these bad defensive teams that give up 46% or greater. Wizards at home put up 110 points a game. That's probably all you'll need, because I think we'll see a big offensive performance today from Cleveland. I like him in that spot. And in the Bucks and Hawks, I'm going to look here at the Hawks in this one. I think there's a little bit of a road fatigue for this Milwaukee team. They've been on the road a lot. When you look at them, this Milwaukee team, looking here in this spot, this is their 7th road game in 8 games. They had a 1-game homestand in between their 2 road trips. And that's, to me, when you have that 1-game homestand, that plays like a road game, because you come back from the road, play a home game, then pack up and go on the road again. So I'll look at the Hawks here, who's covered 5 of 6. And again, against these non-pressure teams, Hawks 4-1 of the spread at home against teams that force 13 or fewer turnovers. I'll look at the Hawks in this spot. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Six Morning Show as we continue on here, ready to roll here with the next series of games. And let's see what we've got here. We'll close out the NBA with these final 4 tonight on this 7-game card. We've got Heat and Nets. We got the Heat 6 on the road, total 210.5. Sixers at Pistons. Sixers up to 4.5, total 226. Raptors at Thunder. Here's your big boy here. Thunder 19 from an opener of 18.5. So they're betting Thunder in this game. Total 230.5. Jazz and Suns. Suns 9 in this one. Total 233 in this game. Let's take a look at the injuries in this block of games here. Of course, we're going to look at Philly and Detroit. Drummond doubtful. Yabusele, who's actually been contributing for this Philly team, he's questionable. Grimes out. I'm sorry, Grimes is probable for Grimes. On Detroit, Ivy's going to be out for a few weeks with that broken leg. Then we got Waters, and poor Schroeder gets traded with the 4th team this year. He got traded again. So Schroeder is questionable. Cunningham is questionable. That's something to keep an eye on. Harris and Beasley here, probable. We'll see what Schroeder's head's like, man. That's got to be rough on your 4th team. So this year, three trades for this poor guy. He's getting paid pretty good, though. Heat and Nets, Wiggins, Mitchell, Anderson here, questionable for Miami. Love, Jovic, Highsmith, probable. On the Brooklyn side, no Cam Thomas, Lewis, Clowney, and Bogdanovich out. Toronto and OKC, we got Poto and Barrett, RJ Barrett out. Ingram doubtful. Tucker here, probable for Toronto. On OKC, Wallace, Mitchell, Dang. And you know who I didn't mention? Looks like Holmgren. Holmgren could make his debut. Chet could make his debut tonight for OKC, so keep an eye there. Could be minutes restrictions. Whether need him or not, we'll see. But he is off the injury report. For Utah, Clarkson, Sexton out, scores. Williams, questionable. For the Suns here, Beal, Durant, questionable. Dunn here, probable. There for that Phoenix Suns, who they didn't really move anybody. So we'll start it off here with Rock.
Yeah, for me, looking at Embiid's going to play, right? Yeah, so I think the big 3 are going to play if you in the 76ers. This is the first time all 3 playing on the court. George, Embiid, and Maxey all there at once. So that's why the big line movement in that one from overnight up to 4.5. But it's a big line moving up to 4.5 in the 76ers. So I think it's closer than that. It's the other side on the other one is Cunningham playing. He's game time decision. See, I like Detroit plus the 4.5 if Cunningham plays in that matchup. He's a game time decision there. If he doesn't, I think the 76ers blow Detroit right off the court. I think they run it right off the court and win by 10 plus. So for me, if Cunningham's in, I'll take Detroit. If he's out, I'll lay the 4.5 there with the 76ers in that matchup. And then looking at Toronto and OKC, I think that 231, I think that's just too many points there in that matchup. I just don't know if Toronto's going to be able to score enough points to keep up. And then is it going to turn into a big giant track meet? I don't think so. Give me the under 231 between the Raptors and OKC. And then laying 9 with the Suns? I'm not laying 9 with the Suns. No chance can I ever lay 9 with the Suns. Give me the Utah Jazz plus the 9 in that matchup.
There from Rod on over to Chris.
Let's see here. We're going to go. I'm going to take the over in the Philly Detroit over 226. I'm going to take the points with the Jazz plus 9. Definitely, I'm not betting the Toronto OKC one. Definitely with RJ Barrett out. I don't know. I don't know that either way, that's just not a good game to probably stay away. I might take the over, but I mean, I don't know. That's a stay away game for me. So yeah, just take the Jazz and then over in the Philly Detroit.
There from Chris on over to Sean.
Man, I want to take the 19 with the Raptors here. But I think Rod's got it right with the under, right? I mean, are they going to run this out to like a 140 kind of spot? I mean,
They could.
yeah. I mean, they.
And they're not afraid to.
Yeah, as much as I hope for Jazz losses because they got their win total under. I'm going to take the Jazz here. You know, this would be where I'd look at again the Pistons. We don't know if Cunningham's playing and everybody's back. Well, when's the last time all three of those guys played for the Sixers? I mean, talk about that's like a trade. Like, how are they going to work together? You know, like how would they play like one game together? All these guys. So that's off the board. I'll go Jazz because Katie wants a trade and they keep him there. Like, what's that like over there? That's a hot mess. That team, right? I mean, there's got to be attitudes in the locker room, and that's a team I don't want to get behind. I don't want to lay there. Give me the Jazz late night there.
Late night there with Sean on over to Al.
Yeah, I got to look at the Raptors here. Just way too many points for OKC to be laying in this spot. They have a much bigger matchup tomorrow. So they're traveling back home tomorrow to face the Grizzlies, and I don't see how you expect them to win by 30 points when you got a game tomorrow, especially in today's NBA. You know they'll be watching their players' minutes if they build any kind of lead. So I just don't see them. I mean, yeah, I see them building potentially a 20-point lead, but maintaining it and like building on top of that 20-point lead, I don't see much of that. So I gotta take the points with the Raptors here.
Yep.
There with Al on over to Solo.
Where we at? This is Miami and Brooklyn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Miami and Brooklyn. I think this is going to be a better game. I like the way Brooklyn has played ball lately. Miami, obviously, you know, they're playing a little more cohesiveness with the trade of Jimmy. Look like they're kind of rocking together with Bam and Hero. Look like they have a good thing going. But Brooklyn has played hard, so I'm going to played hard at home. I'm going to take Brooklyn plus the 7. I think they scrap and get in the back door. 76 in Detroit. With everybody playing for the 76ers, I thought this line was a little bit higher. That has me looking at this line a little funny. I'm going to take Detroit on the money line. I think that's the play. You guys can take the points. One more here. Utah Jazz and Phoenix. I just have to take the points with the Jazz. Phoenix just laying 9 at home. This is not a good recipe. Let's just take the Jazz and hold our nose on that one.
Yeah, from Solo here. I'll tell you what I think here about these games. They're Sixers, Detroit. Yeah, I'll look at the in this one. I'm gonna look at actually. I'm gonna stay off that one because I'd rather have the 3. I'm not gonna recommend that line move there at all in that one. I will go over in OKC and Toronto only because I think OKC could pile up a lot of points in this game. Even though they got the game tomorrow, they have a lot of depth. I think you look at Toronto on the road, averaging 111 points per 100 possessions here in their past 4 games on the road. But man, OKC's just been piling up points at home here of late. The Raptors have gone over in 3 straight. OKC 8-2 the over in their past 10. I like the over there in that spot. Utah and Phoenix just going to look over there. Jazz 11-5 to the over against these on the road against these bad defensive teams that allow 46% shooting or greater. So I like that. I like the over in that spot. And let's see if I had anything in that Heat game. Heat and where are we at? Heat and Nets. Yeah, I could look at the Brooklyn side here plus the points there. Miami here not putting up a lot of good offensive numbers this year away from home. The Heat here 4-8 to the spread on the road against losing teams, playing down to their opponent. We've seen it many times with this Heat team, and we saw Brooklyn can get a little. You know, they gave the Houston a run. they can be a little. They can put some pressure on you. They'll score for you. So I'll take the Nets plus the points. All right, let's continue here on the 26th Morning Show. We got you through the NBA. We got one of our lightest college cards in a while here. My goodness, 7 games, and we'll cover them all here in this spot since we'll just do it here all in one. It's only 7 games there. So let's get this college basketball covered. I'll just remind you guys, we are giving you our free picks here. If you want our best bets, head on over to Tony'sPicks.com. That's where you'll find them over on our site. And so get on board and get signed up over at Tony'sPicks.com. Actually, I got to change the look there. Hang on one second. We'll get there in a second. All right, let's get on over. Let's cover the college basketball right now, and we'll get it started here with Rod.
Yeah, looking at this college basketball slate of games here. First one I'm looking at, I like VCU here heading into Dayton. Should be a good game between these two combatants. I'm going to come right down to it, but I like VCU, better team in that matchup. I think they got the 5-point win in that one. So give me VCU there. And then one I'm looking at, you're looking at St. Louis taking on St. Joe's. I think these two teams have met once already, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, back in January, beginning of January 3rd. St. Louis got the win with 73-57 in that matchup. So St. Joe's definitely looking for a little bit of revenge in that match, but can they get it? They're laying up to 6.5 points in that matchup. I think it's too many, kind of leading St. Louis to keep it close. But give me the under. As we see it in that first matchup, it was the lower scoring one, and where this total is now, too many. Give me the under 145.5. St. Louis, St. Joe's. A couple I like there.
For Rod to show you again the site here, Tony'sPicks.com. Get on over and get our best bets. Our premium plays are there. Take a look at our top performers out here. We see guys Sean, Rod, see Solo with a big day in the NBA as well. L up there as well. Big day for L. So we'll get on board here with us over at Tony'sPicks.com. Use promo code Tony to check out, and you'll save that 15% off. All right, let's continue on here. Continue to this college card on over, Chris.
Yeah, looking at USC Purdue, I'm gonna take the over there. And then the other one, San Jose State, Boise State. I take the points with San Jose State. Those are 2 I like.
The 2 there from Chris on over to Sean.
Yeah, normally, listen, you see the board. I like to jump right to college. I have 1 game up today. It's a
Wow.
Usually I can find some value here on a day like this. Usually you can find something on a short one. There's no AA MAC. That was last night. I mean, I'm looking at this right now. Utah State and Fresno State, the total grabs me just because I'm watching the move here from 156.5 down to 155. So that would, a little something you can look at in that one. Other than that, maybe USC as a big dog, but some days you don't have to bet them, folks. At least, tomorrow, Justin talked about the added games. Yeah, I got 25 added games already looking at for tomorrow, Joe. So, yeah, added games tomorrow when there's 170 on the board. That's what I'm looking at. I'm already past Friday. I'm into Saturday action already.
That's right. Indeed. Let's move on over to El Ninos.
Yeah, I think I'm going to agree with Rod here. I like VCU to go and get the job done on the road here. Just a better team all around. I like St. John's again to keep that one close, if not pull the upset off there. And I agree on St. Louis as well. I just think we got some value on these 3 road teams today, so I'm going to ride with them.
From El Ninos on over to Solo.
I actually kind of like this card today. I like USC and Purdue. I like this total to go over. I agree with Chris on that one. I agree with the 2 strong cappers, Al and Rod earlier with the VCU pick. I think they get it done. I'm on St. John's on the money line. You guys can take the points. I'm on San Jose today. I'm actually with Fresno State, Utah State under.
There from Solo. I'll tell you what I think about some of these games here today from college. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take the boatload of points here with this USC team, which has performed well on the road. And matter of fact, the Trojans hitting 49% in conference play. They're shooting the ball very well. Look over their past 5 games. Purdue giving up 47% shooting. So I look for USC to cover this game in this spot here at Purdue. Also in this slate here, what do we got here? I'm going to go ahead and look at the Spartans of San Jose State. 10-1 in the spread against the Mountain West this year. They're shooting the threes pretty well this year. This San Jose State Spartans team. I know they're very well coached. Look at the Broncos here over their past 5, hitting just 45%. A team that doesn't force turnovers, but Boise State not very good in conference defending threes, giving up 37% from beyond the arc. And this San Jose State team hitting 39% of the threes. They make their free throws. Although I don't know if they're going to get calls at Boise tonight, but I'll look at San Jose State. Those two there I like here for the show from college hoops. All right, let's continue here on the Tony X Morning Show. We'll move on over the NHL card for tonight. We got a 5-game card, so we'll knock them off here. Penguins and Rangers here. We got the Rangers at $1.80 total 6. Islanders and Jets. Jets $1.89 total 5.5. Predators and Blackhawks. Predators $1.94 total of 6. Avalanche Oilers. Oilers big favorites here $1.93 total 6.5. Stars at the Kings $1.09 for the Kings total 5.5. We start with Rod.
Yeah, and look at those. When you look at the NHL, remember all those late night games with all those big favorites? Yeah, you would have got your butt whooped in if you would have decided taking all those dogs last night.
4-1 faves.
Yeah, 4-1 were the favorites in that one last night. Only the Wild came through with the victory. Everybody else saw all them big faves. It's that time of year in hockey where the big faves winning because you're starting to see the clear separation in these teams. We're getting close to the trade deadline, so these big winning teams. This is what happens in hockey. Wait, minus 200? That's light. I'm expecting to see minus 350s, minus 400s on some of these NHL teams going forward. The second half of the NHL season is absolutely brutal. I'm telling you. You have to tread lightly. It's what happens in the NHL. You think the NBA lines are massive. Wait till you see some of these hockey ones going forward where we'll see big, giant minus 400 favorites. So as you go, you just tread lightly on these cards. Some of them you look and you're like, yeah, not a whole lot. As Sean said, he's like, sometimes you don't have to bet them. You don't have to bet every day. I know we like to because we are DGen bettors. We love to bet daily. It is what it is. We just can't help ourselves. But looking at this slate of card, there is I like the New York Rangers here taking on Pittsburgh. I don't trust Pittsburgh on the road. This is one of those teams that are they going to be sellers? I would think so. They're not making no playoffs there. They're going the wrong direction. They're not going to be able to make a run. The team's age is getting up in for Pittsburgh there, so they're going to be sellers. This Rangers team, they're starting to make a run. They've been a playoff team for plenty of years, and over the last few, they've made some trades to improve this team. And guess what? They're going in the right direction. So give me the New York Rangers on the puck line in that matchup. And then you look at the Islanders and Winnipeg, arguably the two hottest teams in the NHL right now. Jets 8-2, Islanders 8-2 over the last 10. Battle there of the goalies. Sorokin getting the start, Hellebuck getting the start for the Jets. Give the under 5.5 in that matchup. And then the Oilers, hey, call me a homer or whatever you want. Colorado played Calgary last night. Now they have to come and play Edmonton. Big question mark for Calgary is who's going to start in goal. You're going to have to go with Blackwood again? Maybe. Wedgwood, definitely not at 100%. And I know what happens when Wedgwood gets in goal. That crowd goes absolutely nuts and jumps all over him, and the crowd starts chanting, Wedgwood! Give me the Oilers on the puck line in that one over the Avs.
There from Rod. We move on over to Sean.
So this Edmonton game, I'm going to look at the over for them. Like they're off a couple OT wins. And initially, I think like Colorado, you're getting some, nice 160 there. But back-to-back spots, I'll say no to that. And I want to take Chicago here as a big dog. Nashville's was 5 in a row. You're going to come in at like 200 on the road. But the puck line scares me because if I take a puck line, I got to lay 150 here with the Blackhawks. I can't. Oh, goodness. And yesterday, those night games, Rod, they went 1-4, right? The Blues gave up a goal with 12 seconds left. Doesn't mean they're going to win in overtime, but they were there. Would have went to overtime at home, and then San Jose loses in overtime. So I mean, you could be at a 3-2, you end up at a 1-4, and then today you got these crazy lines. Like you said, man, we're at 200s in February. It's like these NBA lines. It's ridiculous. I'll move on. It's okay. We got college basketball normal lines I can handle.
Don't worry, we'll have 15 baseball games in a couple months.
Baseball in there too.
7 weeks.
We got spring training coming up. We'll do spring training first fives.
Trust me, in our parlay peripheral segment, we'll probably have some guys giving out exhibition baseball. We had guys documented last year. It was crazy because it was coming in our system. We had some guys playing preseason baseball. Let's move on over to Al.
I know I introduced Sean to my favorite -1.
Minus ones, yeah.
Let me introduce him to his little brother, the +1, if he likes the Blackhawks with a point there. But I think the Blackhawks could pull the upset off here. And as Rod was saying, these 200 lines might be a little light compared to what we might see, but no one's playing the Sharks today. And I think these matchups, some of these at least, are more competitive than these lines might suggest. I think some teams are a little overpriced. Maybe rightfully so, but just a little too juicy for my taste. However, I do agree with the Rangers -1 there. Lean Jets -1, and that's what I got for my.
That's what you got there. Sometimes he's taking Ron. Is there somebody coming out in the draft that's worth the number one pick in the NHL draft? Usually, we see a lot of tanking as these teams try to position for the superstar that's come out. Is there a guy like that that's going to come out in the draft that these guys want to tank for?
Next season. Next draft. We got a guy coming on a Medicine Hat for the Medicine Hat Tigers. Going to be absolute beast for guys going forward this year. Not that big number one. There's a few top guys that are pretty good, but not the McDavid type number one. That guy comes next draft.
Rod, the guy that was drafted by the Blackhawks that made all the noise a couple years ago, is he the real deal?
Bedard, yeah, he just needs some guy. Bedard's a good guy, solid guy. He just needs some pieces around him. It's the same thing. Like when McDavid first got drafted with the Oilers, just think he had a decade. They called it the decade of darkness in Edmonton. Why? Because they were losing. Even with McDavid, you draft McDavid. Just think, remember, there was a stretch there with the Oilers. They drafted like 3 number ones in a row. It was insane. People think, oh, you guys are fixed in the draft. The draft was fixed. The Oilers got 3 number ones. Oh, they didn't do anything. It took till now. So what? Well over a decade for them to get better. So you got to give it. It's like a 5-year plan when you look at rebuilding a hockey team. So it's been about third year for Bedard. So watch. They've now accumulated some draft pieces. They've got a few number 1 draft picks going forward in this draft. So it's a slow process in hockey to rebuild a team. So Bedard is the real deal. He just needs some guys around him.
How about this rookie from San Jose, that young guy that was such a big, got so much hype that Draymond Green actually purchased a suite for the Sharks games. So
correct. You're going to hear about him lots, and he was that close to sniping that goal in overtime. He had a big chance. He came ripping in, and he sniped it, and the goalie made a big save last night. And then, like it always does in hockey, you get one chance one way, it turns around the other way. The Vancouver guy ripped it in and got the winner. So celebrating was that close to celebrating with the Sharks last night. That close. But yeah, you're going to hear about him a lot going forward. Celebrating's absolute beast. He's going to be like Kane, like we seen Kane the other night when he if you see Detroit goes to a shootout, quickly bet Detroit. They have 3 shooters on there that absolutely snipe in the shootout. Kane being number 1. You can't beat him. When he comes in the shootout, he leads shootout goals in the NHL with 53. He just deep and boop, and he just puts it just top shelf. Goalie was looking and going, well, we can't stop that one. So,
all right, so no players like that here in this draft.
Not this season.
The following season, they'll start tanking. They got a guy to tank for next season. All right, we got you through the hockey, and now it's time for our probably peripheral segments, and we'll let the cappers give out a parlay, maybe a team player prop, or a pick coming up. We'll see. We actually got some baseball season win totals already so far in this segment. Let's just start with Rod.
We're going to kick it off. We'll go with the Rangers on the puck line. And then we're going to head on over to college basketball. We'll take VCU on the money line. And then we'll head on over and go to the NBA. And we'll grab one there. We're going to take give me the under in the Raptors game. I think it's just too many points. I don't even think the Raptors are going to be able to score 100 in that one tonight. So 231. I just don't see OKC. As we know, they're on the second half. Are going. It's the first of a back-to-back spot for OKC. I just don't see them running it up to $140 in that one. So give me the under 231. As the third leg of the parlay. Little mixed sport for you.
Yeah, from Rod on over to Chris.
Yeah, in the NBA, we'll go Jazz with the points, Atlanta with the points, and Brooklyn with the points. And then I've got 2 birthday goal scorers. Now they're on the Nashville Predators, so that may not be great. But I've got Ryan O'Reilly, Nashville Predators, plus 275. And I've got Steven Stamkos, plus 165. Anytime goal scorer. Birthdays.
I think all right there from Chris. I think we do have a Yankee fan in this panel. Let's move on over to Sean.
We got Yankee talk in the thing.
Not yet. They're just poking somebody. It was a Yankee.
We could poke up. That's all right. They thought the LeBron hate was bad. Wait till I come after Judge in a month. Get on that guy, overrated clown. Anyway, where are we finding here? Ay. 1-2 yesterday. Crap day for me at the end of the show. 36-21. I'm just going one game today. I mean, I almost threw out Fresno here. I was thinking about USC. USC on the road, they've won on the road before here in Big Ten. It's not like their first trip out here, but I'm just going to go. I'm taking Toronto. I mean, you're giving me 19.5 on the road. Actually, 19 now.
19.5. Don't worry. Hurry. Don't worry. Don't rush. They'll give you 20. It's coming. I'm telling you. Don't rush. I'm telling you, 20's coming. It's already been on the rise all the way up. It's been
20 with an NBA team. That means you got to be up 25-30 to ward off any kind of garbage 3-point barrage that's going to come. I'll take 20.
That's normal.
I don't know. I think OKC bench is. I think OKC bench is much better than the Toronto bench.
Raptors bench. Oh yeah, by far. They'll still be running up at that OKC bench. Go ahead.
I can't. That's in my blood. I can't ignore this.
I know. That's why they got it. Everybody's all over the Raptors. It's go ahead.
I'm not betting this puppy. This is a free pick.
I know.
I can't even get out of it. Look at these lines today.
Everybody's on that thing. Everybody.
Mr. Whiskers like, oh, you got nothing today? Yeah, let's just take this.
It's like
we could turn into like these other. We could turn into a Discord. I could give out all the money line faves here. That'd be great. Right? -17 the money line. Easy. Look at this. We're undefeated with these money lines.
That's why they give you big giant spreads so you can bet them.
Oh, no. It's a painful day for me. I got a new dryer being delivered. So
Come on, you want 19? Don't worry, 19.5. Sorry. Oh, there's the 19.5. I see it. 19.5 popped out.
Look at my new dryer thing. I can play with buttons today as opposed to looking at this nonsense. Play with a dryer.
There we go. There from Sean. Move on over to Al.
I'm going to have to go with, if you can pop it up for me, please, Tony, Sean's parlay of your life. I mean, come on. How can you pass up on this? Cavs money line, Thunder money line. I mean, come on. No, I'm going to go.
Thunder money line?
There you go. Forget parlay of the year, parlay of the decade. Forget all that stuff. That's a parlay of your life right there. I'm going to go. I'll take those points with the Raptors. I'll go Wizards. Oh, it's ugly. It's ugly. And Nets.
There we go from Al on over to Solo.
I'm going to go USC plus the points, VCU money line, and St. John's plus the points.
There from Solo. I'll tell you what I like here in the parlays. I like the Hawks plus the points. Give me the over in Jazz Suns, and I'll take the San Jose State Spartans and make it 11 covers in 12 Mountain West games. There you go. We got you there through the parlay segment. Let's see what the Cappers have for sale over at Tony's Picks. Head into a big weekend of action here with NBA, college hoops, hockey, as well as the Super Bowl on Sunday. We'll see what Rod has for sale over at Tony's Picks. Rod's put up, again, impressive numbers in 2025 like he did in 2024. We'll see Rod, 2,400 units of profit over at Tony's Picks. What you got for sale, Rod?
For Howard, 20 minutes today, I've got my NHL sniper play. I did find one in all those gems in the hockey to get us paid, so definitely scoop that up. And then I found a gem in the NBA as well, NBA drop a dime play. Or it's Friday, so you know what I got. It's Steak Friday, and in that Steak Friday package, you get my NBA drop a dime play, you get the NHL sniper play. I also got a couple college basketball plays thrown in there, and then I also got another NBA thrown in there. So that's the best way to go to kickstart your weekend winning. Grab that Steak Friday package. Or better yet, grab that 3-day pass. Join me for the weekend. You'll get Friday's action, Saturday's action, Sunday's action, and I'll get Mondays in there early. So that way you get 4 days for that 3-day pass. That's the best way going here at Tony's Picks is to get aboard long term. As we know, there's a college basketball slate that's going to be 160, 170 games tomorrow. So we'll definitely be studying like crazy. Look like an all-nighter. I'll definitely have the big old coffee mug rolling for that one. So we'll be heavy on the card tomorrow. So definitely that's the way to go is long term. You don't want to miss out on any of those late steam plays if we find something late steam, or especially tomorrow when you're deep diving and going through all those games and you find one after you've got your morning ones in, then you get an email to you. And that's one of the rare things I haven't seen it anywhere else, that the site emails it plays to you directly. So definitely jump aboard that long-term pass here at Tony's Picks. It's the best way to go. Hit the link in the description. When you get there, use Tony T at checkout. Save 15% off. Nothing like getting that late Steam play emailed right to you. Number one in customer service doing that. So definitely jump aboard here with us long-term here at Tony's Picks.
That's right, guys. Get both Rod over at Tony'sPicks.com. You see the Rod's that plays. He's right, locked and loaded for Friday. Long-term pass. You guys like that 3-day pass here on the weekend because that'll pick you up all of Rod's plays for the weekend. A lot of volume here from hockey, college hoops, NBA, and, of course, the Super Bowl pick when you get the 3-day pass. Late Steam plays. We know our plays in by 11 a.m. Eastern time. But we also allow our cappers post plays throughout the betting cycle. So if they can put plays in between 10 minutes to 2 hours for game time on games, those are tagged as Late Steam. Those are emailed directly to your inbox using the email that you use for signing up for service. That's the Late Steam play found nowhere else but Tony'sPicks.com here for all the cappers there. All right, get on board with Rod over at Tony's Picks. All right, let's take a look here. We'll see what Sean has. We'll see what Chris has for sale over at Tony'sPicks.com. Chris is the number one unit leader in the NBA this year, 1,669 units of profit. All talking over at Chris's page, which we'll put up in a second. Chris, what you got for sale?
Yeah, I got a 3-pack for you in the NBA today. Best bet 2 premiums. Just wrap them up in a 3-pack like you guys like for one price. It seems to be selling well and doing pretty well there. So we've been cashing that lately. And yeah, today's a good day to hop on something 3-day pass to get you all the way through Sunday. But I do put in plays for Monday a little bit early, so you'll get those plays as well. And then also get you that late steam with all the dust settling and everything and the injuries in the NBA. Then I can get you some line movements and stuff if need be. But yeah, just hop on something long term with me. We're doing pretty good in the NBA here. Just going to keep it going and try to keep Tony off my heels here. He's coming up fast. And but yeah, we're having a great year in the NBA, and I just continue to focus on that. I'll have some college basketball ones tomorrow. Not anything like these guys. It's not a big focus for me. I try not to stress out too much about it, but I'll have you about 3 plays tomorrow for that. And yeah, make sure you use Tony T at checkout. Save 15% off of my packages and stuff. And 2-for-1 capper is great. 2 people putting money in your pockets. An awesome idea because there's a lot of people on the leaderboard. We're all on it right now, and so you can't go wrong there. And yeah, let's just have a great weekend.
Great weekend indeed. You got on board with Chris. You can see he's locked and loaded already for Friday's NBA, a 3-pack and the best bet up there. Remember, these 1-day passes are profit guaranteed. They must turn a profit or the amount purchased will be put back to your account for site credits. That's profit guarantee. So get on board here with Chris over at Tony'sPicks.com. Long-term subscriptions also available. All right, let's take a look here at what we've got here from Sean over at Tony'sPicks.com. Sean, unit leader for 2025. Over 3,000 units of profit from Sean over at Tony's Picks. Sean, what you got for sale?
College hoops. Listen, everybody's all upset in the chat. Like I'm coming here with crazy NBA and hockey lines. Limited action in those sports. 10-9 in NBA. What am I? 10-9 in hockey, 11-7 NBA. There you go, right there. Or 10-7, 10-7-1. You see the records there. Obviously, college hoops is where I'm focused. So there's that. Not a lot to choose from today, but tomorrow, like I was just telling Mr. Whiskers in the chat, or not Mr. Whiskers, it was Justin. 25 added games already in my little portal of what I want to look at, and I got another 14 that are near sort of want to play. So, and that's not even counting, your regular kind of matchups. So, yeah, I'll have college basketball, and I'm gonna try to pop in tomorrow morning or Sunday morning there because I'll give out some props there for the Super Bowl for everybody.
Hey, good guys, get on board with Sean over at Tony's Picks. You can see the results of Sean green all the way. Lots of volume, as he said, here in college hoops. So get on board with Sean. You can see the document records, 3,022 units of profit. Get on board with Sean. He's got a Super Bowl winner up there for now. Or you get a long-term pass, that 3-day pass. You want to try Sean out for 3 days. That's a good one here. You guys like that here on a Friday. Get the Friday, the big card Saturday, Sunday, including Super Bowl. Click in there. Get on board with Sean over at Tony's Picks. Remember that promo code Tony T at checkout. We'll knock off that 15% off. All right, let's take a look here at what El Nino's has for sale over at Tony's Picks. El Nino's here coming off a big day on Thursday here. Al, what you got for sale?
I got just my alley-oop up now for individual packages, but I do have another play in the NBA for everyone on those long-term and 2-for-1 capper passes. Putting in at least one hockey play before 11, and we'll probably have a steam play in the NBA and NHL.
There you go from El Nino's. You can see that is the alley-oop play from the NBA. Of course, if you get the long-term pass, the 3-day pass there, You'll get the L's late steam plays as well here for tonight and the next 2 nights, as well as all his member plays that go in by 11 a.m. Eastern time. So get on board with El Nino's over at Tony'sPicks.com right now on the site. All right, let's take a look here as we continue here on the show. We'll see what Solo has for sale over at Tony'sPicks.com. Is Solo coming here pretty strong here in NBA here for 2025? Solo, what you got for sale?
We got I got 2 games up right now. I'm gonna add one more play before the top of the hour. Make that a 3-pack. I'm focusing the NBA. I'll be back firing heavy in college basketball tomorrow. Sign it with me short term, long term. Pair me one of the good cappers. We ready to roll and make some money heading into the weekend. So, let's get to it.
Let's get to it, guys. You can see right now the way to go is you get that 3-day pass. You can try a Solo for 3 days, all his NBA hoops, and a Super Bowl pick there. And remember, the promo code TonyT at checkout will save that 15% off. And of course, all of our cappers are documented here on the site. You can verify that by just going to the handicap page. All the plays listed at the bottom of the page. So get on board with Solo over at TonySearch.com. Use that promo code TonyT at checkout, and you'll save that 15% off for your purchase. All right, I've got a best bet right now on the NBA. Also working a package. Got also a college premium in there for my long-term subscribers, but working together a package here this morning for you guys. Again, it sounds like a scam. I'm 16-1-1 in the NBA. In my past 18, I hit another 2-0 a day in the NBA. So I'm just seeing please the All-Star break. It's going to come in a week. I just hope I can keep this rolling here. But yeah, guys, you can get on board with me with the best bet. We got the 2-for-1 capper promotion, so you can match me up with one of your favorite cappers over here at Tony'sPicks.com. You can match me up with Solo, any of the guys. You go Chris, Rod, Sean, El Nino's 2-for-1 cap promotion. Great value over at Tony'sPicks.com. So go ahead and get signed up. Remember, guys, we're with you here every day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern with the morning show every day. That even includes weekends. If you ever miss a show or you need help with the late games, you can always replay it back over on our YouTube channel. Just go to Live tab and watch it. Watch the replay there. Also, we have on-demand content. I've got plenty of videos up there uploaded here on the site. You can check those out. We're not just a live streaming and a website. We also have a lot of on-demand content up there. Of course, Rod, today we'll host the happy hour. 5 p.m. Eastern time. We'll have cappers. Some come with cappers here in the morning. Some of them you don't because they can only make it for the happy hour. But again, more live free picks, Rod, because you really take care of it here for everybody here on our channel with that live show happy hour, because you get all that late information about lineups.
Yeah, definitely tune into the happy hour today. We're going to kick off Friday free for all. So all the picks that we're going to cover will come from you in the chat. So any game you want covered today on the board, definitely check it out. We might even throw in that extra game slate tomorrow. As long as you put what game you want covered, we'll talk about it today on the happy hour show to kickstart Super Bowl weekend. So definitely tune into that. Change it up a little bit on Fridays. So tune into that. And then I got you covered for all the hockey tomorrow. Massive slate of hockey. So watch out. Be on the lookout for those. And then I got I'm looking at like Sean. Maybe not have as many eyed up as his 40 list there of college basketball eyed up, but I got about a list of about 20 that I'm looking at that I'll have to go through today and downsize a little, and I'll find a nice little parlay video for you, a little 3-teamer in college basketball. So be on the lookout for that archived in the video section here.
I don't know if I'm going to have 40 on the site, fellas. That's just it's.
Well, yeah, we start off with I don't know. I call it maybe Sean does the same thing. I start with my notebook. I go through this, and the ones that pop out at me that I'm just like, oh, I write this down, and then I'll deep dive those a little bit. But I call it like the first glance. The first glance at the sheet, I end up and I just write those down. Oh, I like that one. That doesn't look right. Or that one looks like, oh, look at that one. And then you just write them down, and then you start to deep dive those ones.
See, a day like this, because I've been keeping track of the little things like this since Monday, because it's when the calendar turns when I look at this that kind of fits my little parameters. And if I'm going to just kind of go and pick and choose, what am I doing there? There's 25 of them that should all be played because they're all right now in the parameter, basically, right? Oh, we'll see where the line is. I got to see where the line's open tomorrow, right? Because that's where the starting line is. But then I'm torn because I haven't really gone crazy this year. I haven't had a 17-day Saturday. Even the start year, I think I had 17 on opening night. Nothing since that. Like I've done like a 6 and 5 day, a 5 and 4 day, stuff like that. But nothing where I'm going to throw it. And it's like we're all better here, right? You get in your little groove. You're like, I can't change something, right? So now I'm going to go randomly in the first weekend of February, put out 34 games. No, I can't do it. And wait that entire year's worth of plays? I can't. No, it'll probably be like a 5-day, and then I'll be in here punching myself the next day talking about it.
There you go.
Right.
That was
I had 20 winners. Why didn't I put them all in?
I went 4-3. I went 3-4. I could have been 19-6.
Right.
very good. We'll see, Chris, what you got over on the 26 On Demand channel there. Your plans for the weekend as well.
I got a couple of videos for you in the NBA today, and then, of course, as we head into college basketball tomorrow, I'll be looking at the SEC games and get you a college basketball video there, and then definitely get you some NBA games. We got some good ones tomorrow. Definitely be looking at my Grizzlies and the Thunder. That's going to be a good matchup there. So I'll see about doing a video there. But yeah, just keep pumping out the NBA video with the info.
Yeah, let's just see his play for tomorrow's Memphis game. That's going to be the game tomorrow. We'll see what, of course, Sean will pop in here in the morning show. Sometimes you get him. Sometimes you get him when he's cooking burgers. He'll drop some chats. He'll drop in the chat or sometimes on that happy hour. Right, John?
Yeah, I do when I'm out there. I'm like, I don't know. It comes across. I'm like, I'm outside. I'm like, I'm gonna get in here. I feel like logging in from like the yard, but I'm like, because then I can't do it because I'll be, I'm gonna be occupied with the meat.
Yeah, you gotta, no doubt. You got to keep it. Got to make sure you cook it right. El Nino's, you also pop in the morning, and we catch you on some of the happy hour shows as well. And of course, you've got a video series up at Tony's Picks.
Yeah, I got that 3-pick in the NBA, 3 dogs. Liking my dogs tonight, so make sure you check it out. 2-1 last night, and yeah, trying to keep rolling.
Yep, there we go. And of course, got Solo pop in here. If we catch you here on the morning show, we pop in as well here on some of the happy hours.
Yeah, I like to do the live thing. I've done the videos in the past, and I said I was gonna get back to them. I just got to find a little bit more time, but I'm trying to find a way to drop you guys some NBA videos. But you guys know I like those dogs, so be prepared.
There we go.
You had the Pacers money line last night.
Yeah,
Yes, sir. I also had the Mavericks, but hey, It is what it is.
Both those two.
I remember because I wrote. I'm like, you mentioned the Johnny's on the money line. I'm like, here we go, and the Jazz. I'm like, I like it.
Absolutely.
I got a wild one today, but it's one of those you just got to play by yourself. But it's one of those high number games.
Yeah, Solo can pick those money line faves there. Dogs. Money line dogs. Yeah.
Yeah, the Wizards won 3 straight. They're at home, plus 18. This Cavs team is looking ahead to the game over the weekend. I think this is a nice spot for Washington.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there we got it. There, guys. All right. That's to do it for this edition of the 26 Morning Show. We're back here again tomorrow live at 9:30 a.m. Each time. Be sure to tune in to the happy hour, 5 p.m. each time with Rod. We'll have plenty of cappers with Rod here. I get you those picks here. Of course, we get all the late information. We know who's in, who's out. And so make sure you tune in to the happy hour today at 5 p.m. Eastern time. That's to do it for the show. Anybody have anything to say in closing?
Thanks for watching.
Go with Steve Stamkos in the birthday goal scorers. He's most likely to get that goal for Nashville over Riley. Riley's a defenseman. Stamkos plays on the power play, so he's more likely to get the goal. And he's due. He hasn't hit one in his last 5 games. So at a plus, what would you say? I'm looking at plus
165.
165, right? Yeah, that's what I'm looking at you. I like Stamkos to get to go with you for the birthday goal. Take Stamkos.
Goal and day. All right, that's gonna do it, guys. Go wake up, bye, guys. You guys making a winning Friday. We're back here tomorrow morning on the 26 Morning Show.